Alright, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another Warframe Showcase video. Today we're going to be talking about Citrine. She is one of my favorite support frames. And by the way, here is the Citrine drip. Here is the fashion frame. Quick disclaimers, we are going to get into some builds later. We're going to go over a beginner slash intermediate build if you're not familiar with this. Um, those are going to be throwaway builds. It's just an example. It's just to give you an idea of how you want to mod a certain Warframe. Um, And if for whatever reason you don't have any prime mods, any set mods, any corrupted mods, prime mods you can look for Barrow. If you need set mods, you can go farm Cetus, Fortuna, or the Cambion Drift. If I'm missing anything else, I mean, you can go look at that. You can look that up. And if you're missing corrupted mods, you can go look them up at. You can go farm them in the Deimos vaults. So like I did say, we are gonna go over her passive and her abilities. So without ado, let's get started. So Citrine, like I said, she is primarily a support frame. She is really badass. She heals over time. Her passive, as she as teammates are around her, she's gonna give them health regen, and every time she picks up a health orb, her health regen is gonna go up by zero point 0.1 to a maximum of 25. So 25 health regen per second is going to be really good, and she is a really good frame. So, um, yeah, having health regeneration in this game is pretty good. Sorry, it's because I lost my train of thought. So, how you're going to want to go about farming um, energy or health orbs is going to be through her first. Primarily, that's what it is. So, what she does is she essentially releases a lot of splinters of crystals that inflict status on enemies, and when they die, they will um, what will they do? They'll drop health or energy. Okay, it's pretty simple. That's how you're gonna bring up her what did it bring up? Her passive. Okay. Second ability, preserving shell, essentially is damage reduction. Um, you start off at 90% and it goes down, and the way you keep it up is by killing enemies, if I am not mistaken. Um, Yeah, so you gotta get kills and assists to keep the ability up. So that's how it's gonna look like in the bottom. So definitely you're gonna want to combine this. You want to hit your first ability a lot. Your third ability is one of my favorite abilities. Um, it's called Parasitic Gem. Essentially, she launches a gem in front of her, and I use it more defensively than offensively. And I use it to lock down an area because what will happen is whoever you hit, it'll spread statuses to them. So usually how I like to synergize this ability is I'll throw out my third like this. You're gonna see here in the little preview. And then I'll hit my first and spread as much status as I can. The status does deal damage, and status chance and duration is increased for nearby enemies. So just keep that in mind. It's good for status. Basically, if you have any sort of like, let's say, condition overload, or if you have a or anything that deals more damage with more elements, she's gonna be someone you're gonna want to run with. Also, I am not 100% sure, but I think her first enemies affected by her first take more crits chance. We'll have to check that out. If I do remember correctly, that is a thing. It's just not listed on here. And her fourth ability, she'll essentially just slam the ground, release a wave of crystals that will latch onto enemies. And if you shoot the crystals that are attached to the enemies, you'll do 300% more. What is it? Crit chance? Yeah. And it's really good for high level stuff. It's really useful. And that's pretty much a breakdown of it. Let me just check if I missed anything with the tips here. No. I know that. Yeah, I know that. Uh, Okay, so that's pretty much a breakdown of her abilities. We're gonna go over them before we get to it. Um, she right now is unmodded. I do have my mod set up for her, but we're gonna go with this for now. All right. It's gonna just show you at max rank base. I'll show you how the abilities are. These are against level 30 enemies. This is her first ability. A lot of range, a lot of damage. Okay. I'm gonna go back here, replenish my energy. I am going to unpause these guys and take off invincibility. So as you can see, the damage I'm taking here, a lot. I'm gonna activate my thing. So I have my second ability, so I now have 40% damage reduction, 36. And if I kill him, I can bring it up. We can go up to 90%, and I think it does go up with range, by the way. I know I didn't talk about how to mod these things. So for first ability, if you want to mod for it, you want to go with strength and range, mainly for the damages that slash. Oop, I do not want to do it. The damage that the slash procs do. You're still alive. Not anymore. Oh my god, there's so many people going. Then you're gonna wanna mod for your second. I think you're gonna wanna mod for strength to increase the damage reduction, and think a little bit of range to help hit people that are maybe just beyond your affinity range. Right, that ability. I am gonna go back to pausing these guys. Turn invincibility. Oh, I need to simulate them. My bad. Simulate these guys. So I'm gonna throw it right here in the middle of them. That's how far it goes. That's the range around. It's 360, so just keep that in mind. Watch, I'm gonna hit my first ability. Watch what it does. Now all of them are affected by statuses and they're all dying. And high levels, this is good, like I said, for weapons with condition overload. Really strong ability. I do love it. It's really good for spreading statuses. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take out this Vapor. No, this is modded. Okay, so I'm gonna show off the fourth now. So on the animation, she's gonna slam the ground and she's gonna send out little waves of crystals that are gonna attack enemies. So before we get to it, I'm gonna start off with these 4 drones. Keep in mind of the damage that they're doing. Alright, so you saw that, not a lot of crit, mostly status, not just regular damage. So here's the fourth ability. So these are up there, so now watch what happens when I hit them. Oh, not much. There's a little bit of good chance. There you go. Oop, that one. Oh, it didn't last long. You can mod these with range, strength, and duration. I don't think let me switch my Murloc. Oh, I got a bit of energy. I don't think strength is going to affect how much crit chance it is. I think it's just locked at 300. But I think it can affect the crit damage. So you definitely might want to take like a crit weapon with you. But as you can see, there's definitely more red crits going on. She, all in all, is a very fun friend. If you bring her out in a mission, she's good for, like I said, damage reduction. She's a good support. Honestly, I prefer her over Trinity, and I think that was kind of the point of her. So there's that. So now going into modding for beginners. Now, I would show how much it goes up, but you're kind of locked at 5 HP per second here, so there's that. So this is beginner/intermediate build. Like I said, if you don't have any prime, you can go for the base. If you don't have sets, you can farm Fortuna, Citrine, and Demos. And corrupted mods in Demos and farm the corrupted mods with corrupted keys. Sorry, hiccups. Anyways. Now how are we going to go about modding Citrine? So, because she's a support, And she is going to be healing a lot, just to kind of add to her, no, where is it? Just to add to her, what is it called? Hold on. Sorry. Just to add to her like health regeneration, you can go with Dreamer Bond, or you can go with, where is it at? Is it this one? No, that adds rejuvenation to sort of give people more health regen, right? But I'm gonna go with Dreamer Bond because you get energy and health regen. Even though it's not a lot, if I'm not mistaken, it does stack with her health regen. If I am wrong, whoops. But yeah, so how are we gonna mod her for a beginner slash intermediate person? So looking at her stats, she's good on armor, she has shield, she's good on health. Slap on some flow, some prime flow if you don't have it. Have some continuity for duration. I am gonna throw on some range for her abilities because they do benefit off a lot of range. You can just find it right here. We'll go with this. And you're gonna want to add some intensify for some added what is it called? For some added strength. Once again, this is just a throwaway build. This is for beginners and intermediate. We can go more in depth with it later on in the late game build. And then, if you want to add more to her survivability, if you can throw on some prime vigor, regular vigor will do the work. It'll bring up her shields. And this is where I talk about the set mods. If you want to bring, you're missing them or you want to farm them, you're going to want to throw maybe a Mars Hatred to add a little bit to her armor and bring up her ability strength a bit much. And then, once again, this is where the corrupted mod comes in, because I do believe intermediate players do have some of these, and I think this one is, it drops pretty common. So you want to go with some transient fortitude once again to increase your strength at the cost of some duration, which isn't that bad. You know, it's all in all, it's still doing good. It's still getting the job done. And then for your last one, just to kind of fill out that 8 slot that you're missing. What do we got here? We can go with some more range, to be honest. Duration isn't going to be much of an issue because you're going to be spamming your abilities either way, but range will help a lot for your third if you want to build for that. And your first if you want to go for more further distances and stuff. And it helps your fourth, so range overall is good. Plus it'll add more to your survivability because it will convert energy into shields. I'm not going to mess with arcanes, that's for late game stuff. If you're into that, into intermediate stuff, then you can kind of look into my late game, see what arcanes I run with her. But for the most part, this is what you're going to want to run with. And we're going to spawn the enemies, but we're going to bring them up to level 60. I think that's a good challenge for this kind of build. Oh, get up on some energy. So my energy's up now to like 512. So I'm gonna stand up here. I'm gonna aim that way. I'm gonna fire my first ability. You'll notice the damage has increased from before. Now it's at 975. It went up from 500, and I covered most of these guys. Alright. So I'm gonna go unpause the enemies. And I think I'm gonna add a little something to the end of this to kind of just show you the cycle of how to take on these guys. Should I just show you? No, I'll unpause them. I'll unpause them. Okay, so do this. Turn off invincibility. Unpause AI. So I'm gonna show you the third and second right now. So how you're gonna wanna run her generally. Throw this down. Get them going, and now obviously as you're going along, you're gonna want to kill the enemies. But whatever you hit, it's gonna, that gem is gonna target. So just keep that in mind. If that ability is really strong. Honestly, I love it. And I usually go like full range with this thing because these things are too close to heavy. Come on. Probably gonna not miss. It's a good defensive ability. I run it for like mobile defense. If I want to run a defense and stay there long, I'll keep that up. Your second ability is good for damage reduction, and here is the number. So I'm up at 78% with damage reduction. You can bring it up with strength, by the way, so just keep that in mind. I think the highest you can go is up to 90% damage reduction, and I believe you have to get to like 200 strength. Right now we are at 195. Well, that's interesting. I have mine at 90% damage reduction, so just, yeah. So I showed you the third, I showed you the second. I'm going to show you the fourth. And I am going to keep these on pause to kind of just show you, like, the cycle, how you're going to use it, you know? So, going up into these guys. Fourth. And then you can see a lot more crit. Kind of, most of this weapon is status, so I'm going to like the status aspect of it. So you get the point. Got these guys. Ah, you see, it went up to like 90, as you can see right there. And it quickly decays, but I mean, overall, pretty good. So we got rid of that. Let's get whip off our second. We showed off the fourth. Now we're gonna go into my build, the late game build, which I don't have to really change anything. I'm gonna unmod this because that's all I was using. So going on to this one, which is my personal build. It's what I've run for like, let's say like Archon hunts and stuff. So I'm running Umbra mods. If you don't have these, you can get these by completing the sacrifice. I'm only running 2 because that's pretty much all I need. I'm running Molt Efficiency for more duration. I'm running Molt Construct to heal myself and allies. So the whole point of this is to just play the role of a healer, you know? So even as I'm spamming abilities, I am providing health to teammates. I'm running Flow for energy, that for duration, Augur Secrets for strength. Like I said, the Augur set, even if you're spamming abilities, you're going to convert the energy into shields and over shields. Stretch for some more range. The armor for just more added armor and more strength. And transient fortitude for more strength. So yeah, I went in on the strength in this one. Duration I'm not really too worried about. And I'm going to show you how this looks like with this build. We'll keep level 60 enemies just because. And since I've already showed you the abilities twice, I'm just going to show you the gameplay loop of how I use it. So yeah. So this time I forgot the energy. I know I can't really show off the health regen, but it's really good. So I should do the first, second, and third. As you can see, my second is actually longer. And here's my third. We're done with that. Let's show off the fourth. So I'm going to simulate these guys again. We're going to run through the same cycle. Once again, these are level 60 enemies with my build. We'll go with that. I'm going to do this. You can control where you go when you attack with the sword. Keep it in mind. Showing off the first bit. Did I miss? I did miss. Damn. I'm missing anyone else. And yeah, that's pretty much how you're gonna run Citrine. Like I said, she's really good when it comes to healing your enemies. It's all about being around her, being within her affinity range. You're gonna get the health regen, and health regen is a godsend. If you put this on like a Nidus, if you stack Nidus with her, Nidus is nigh on unkillable. Like I'm not even joking. Like that dude will survive anything. Um, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this was able to help you understand Citrine a lot better as a Warframe. I hope I was able to guide you on how to go about modding her. And with that being said, I will catch you all next week when we go over Saito 9, the newest Warframe right now. And yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about that because I haven't really used him much. So expect me to get some gameplay of him throughout the week. Um, might still be here in in this area, but I'm going to be playing with him a lot more so I can get a better understanding of how he plays and how to utilize him better. So with that being said, if you liked the video, if you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know if there's anything I need to improve upon. And with that being said, that is it. This is AG Gaming signing off. Peace.